Mohit, you know, you obviously have been TV's, sweetheart. You've been the heartthrob for TV, and you have women fawning over you all the time. I'm sure they can't. I know it was so unreal for you at a point that they almost assumed you're Lord Shiva. It became that unreal for you, right? Um, it is also interesting about how the industry looks at people who come from television, and this has been discussed as well. And after Uri, of course, I'm sure it was not an issue for you, because आपका talent obviously दिख गया, and there is so much more that is left to be seen with Kaafir and otherwise. But was this a problem? To break that mold, because we are so judgmental at the time when we come from a particular field and we're trying to make our own talent, and actors not just looked as an actor. You're either a Bollywood actor, you're a TV actor, you're some actor.
Yeah. I mean, I completely agree what you said. Yes, but it has to be bifurcated into two different subjects. So, firstly, yes, because see, you have to understand that in television, we really play a particular role for a very long time. I used to play that character for at least, I must have done it for at least nothing less than 1300 days. 1300 days is a very long time. So when people see you like that for 1300 days, they tend to believe that you are their own. You belong to their homes. That's what the television, what we call as an idiot box, does that to you. But yes, we have other aspect to it. That is that we have television actors breaking the mold, like Sushant, and coming and being in films in a different way. But again, it starts from within. When after doing television for a long time, there were a lot of subjects which were taking me back to the same genre. But it was up to me to sit back and say, no, I want to do something very different. I want to do something very different. That's why I waited for so long for Uri to happen. And I always knew that though it was a very limited time span, but that wasn't a worry. I knew in that short span, I would be able to make an impact. So it has to come from within. I'm lucky as well at the same time, because what happened with Uri is we all know what it delivered and what it became. And so yeah, it has changed a lot of things for me as well.
No, and I'm delighted to hear that. But did you face any bias when you first came in and you were trying to obviously break into the Bollywood space? Did you see that bias towards
no,
you?
No,
Not towards you, towards others?
No, not at all.
Well, I'm glad, and I hope
not
that...
At all, not at all. I have witnessed it, but I guess I was somewhere lucky that I haven't faced it.
I don't think it's going to ever happen with him.
I'm glad
He's too talented.
That is there.
He's too talented.
That we all agree. He is extremely talented. Coming back to Kaafir, of course.
No, but Rudrani, these things, it's...
No, please, Diya, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you.
I just wanted to share something with you, which is very interesting. Yeah. That these lines, these divisions that you're talking about, Bollywood and TV and all these divisions are getting blurred, because firstly, as they should be, because everybody's an artist first. It does not matter what medium they're performing for, whether it's theatre or it's television or film or digital. I think the digital medium has played a very big part in unifying artists and bringing them together, and you kind of blurring these divisions, because I would have never thought that I would be doing such a wonderful story with Mohit, as much as he would have probably not thought that he would be doing a story like this with me. So it's that's what's making everything even more special, the fact that the digital platform is bringing people together from different spaces and helping them collaborate and tell the stories they want to tell.
No, absolutely, and that's I completely agree with you, and we really hope that in time to come in the future we see कि एक्टर्स को एक्टर्स माना जाएगा, ना कि इस माध्यम से आए हैं तो ये इस तरह के होंगे या उस तरह के होंगे. And on that note, I'd like to end it by asking you about Kaafir. इसमें एक बहुत ब्यूटीफुल मदर डॉटर का रिलेशनशिप दिखाया गया है एंड आई थिंक द गर्ल हु इज़ प्लेइंग शी इज़ एब्सोल्युटली टैलेंटेड बहुत ही बेहतरीन परफॉर्मेंस दिया है उन्होंने but does it get difficult to have that emotions when you have to in that circumstances does it get grueling as an actor to go through those circumstances that your character had to go through?
Of course, it's very difficult because you feel the intensity of every emotion. You allow yourself go to places which are really dark that you haven't ever been to. But I think the light in my life for the last 3 months has been Dishita. Whether it's her character Seher in the story as my daughter or the person that she is off camera. I always say this, Rudrani, I think Dishita made me realize that you don't need to biologically have a child to become a mother. Dishita made me a mother, and it was the most intense and most beautiful experience I've ever had. And I'm so lucky to have had the opportunity to meet this precious child and work with her and just form this incredible bond that I have with her.
That's fantastic to hear. Before I end it, Mohit, would you like to add anything about, especially because Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir, it's close to your heart, you're from there and shooting, in Himachal, it must have been, the sense of belonging somewhere.
Absolutely, I had planned to go and be in Kashmir after a really long time. I was looking forward to this trip where I would be shooting in Kashmir for 25 days for a month and being in my own valley. But unfortunately, we couldn't do that because of the circumstances again created by humans. But we did it in Himachal Pradesh. So yeah, there were moments and there were times when I would go back and think about all those days. There were a lot of small memories. I would just sit by a rock near a sea. It was so calming and surrounded by mountains. Getting up, I used to go and trek also at times whenever I get the opportunity. So I think it was a beautiful feeling. Yeah, it did remind me of my childhood days for sure.
Thank you so much, Diya, and thank you so much, Mohit, for joining us on Planet Bollywood. Besides the fact that you have a lovely story to tell with Kaafir, I'd like to thank you for choosing subjects and continuing to break barriers and making our lives more interesting. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Rudrani.
Thank you so
It's such
much
a
for
pleasure.
having us.
Thank you for having us.